gentlemen, welcome to the Wednesday Call Live. Hosted today by Andy Albright. Filmed in front of a live studio audience in beautiful Burlington, North Carolina. Brought to you by AMP Studios, featuring the latest Alliance news and in-depth training. Now, let's hear it for your host, our President and CEO, Andy Albright.
Woo! Woo! All right, y'all grab a seat. We got a lot to talk about. I thought you weren't going to make it. You here? They worked out. All right, we got a lot going on today. I got a game plan. I want to get to some of the guys out there that are working real hard, trying to do this thing. I want to be clear, try to give them a message. And we got some recognition to do. So let's start with the recognition. Let's see. Who is in class right now? In insurance class, but you're not finished yet. Raise your hand. You're in class. What's your name, ma'am? Dana. Dana Lunsford. Come on up here and say, hey. We can let you. Always dress for success when you're. Hey there. Let's see. If you hold this in this hand over here, then you can shake in this hand. Nice to meet you, Dana. You have a real challenging job. You see how this is people that won our Paris trip, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more people win. Anthony Diaz has now won a trip to Paris. Think about this, dude. I mean, ask Anthony, how many all-expense trips have you played one in your life? Now all of a sudden him and his wife are going to Paris, and it's on the Alliance all-expense trip. That is crazy. Angela Clark is going with us again. Joe Dukes is going with us again. Andy Riddle again, and Olga Mathis. So you have the freedom of wherever on this chart you want to put it. You see they've slanted one way, but as long as it's on this, you can put them on there. Tell me your name again.
Dana Lunsford.
Dana, give it the best shot. All right, light them up. All right, now, I was like, don't we have anybody want Switzerland? And they go, oh, we didn't know you want Switzerland stickers. I was like, yeah, I like stickers. Any excuse for a sticker. So what we do is it's 5 nights, 6 days in Paris. And then we're good on a high-speed train, and we're going to go through the Alps, and we go to Lake Geneva in Switzerland, and we have this beautiful hotel there. So this high-speed train takes us right. We're going to party all the way. It's about a 2.5-hour train ride, and then we're going to go in Switzerland for 3 nights, 4 days. What a crazy trip. So already won the extension part. Mike and Michelle Alleman, Bill Cook, Robert Wilson, Kimberly Spinelli Young, Mark Hutchinson, Minerve Profil, Debbie Ben, and Paul Roberts and James Coleman have already won the extension. Let's put them up there anyway, too. Have fun with it. Okay. All right. We're going to let you do your stickers. I tell you what, let me help you. Let me do one of these. Let me do James Coleman, because I'm excited about hanging out with him 8 nights. Look at that right here. Y'all want to do this thing, man. We got Switzerland trips, Paris trips. Guys, this is it's an interesting business. It's bribery, it's tokens, it's bells and whistles, it's T-shirts. It's easy stuff to trick you into building a massive organization. And I hear managers and other people getting on people about selling. Why don't you sell more? Why don't you book appointments? And they ask me, and I go like, I don't remember ever talking to anybody about selling. I don't think I talk to people about selling. That's like a lot of times my initial reaction. And then I remember, I want everybody to win the trips. So what I always come back to, what's her name? Dana. Dana, we want you to win this trip with you. You remember. So remember the first time I put all those stickers up there, and that's when I decided I wanted to win these trips. Our food is ridiculous. The trips, the sites, we hang out, we laugh. It's not stress. It's not like pound trying to learn this business. It's just, we chit chat, but we get to know people. A lot of people say things like, "I just love to sit down with you an hour and talk about this business," or Danny Johnson or Terry and T, and we're like, we're busy. But if you go with us to Paris, we'll talk when we're waiting on the plane. We'll talk in the plane. We'll talk on the transfers to planes. We'll talk when we get up there. You know, it's just, that's when you get to know people and have a great team. That is, if you like us after a while. It's nice to meet you. Who invited you out?
Debbie.
Debbie. All right, Debbie. Good job. Way to go. You got us a great sticker placer. So that's usually where my pressure stick comes in, or my beating people up. It's not trying to get them sell more. And people say, what if they're broke? Don't you want them to sell a lot? Like, I'm not broke. They're the ones broke. I don't go into a panic because they're broke. And so, well, they're going to quit if they're broke. Well, they quit before they come over here. Well, if they wasn't with us, and now they come over here and they're making more money than they were making, isn't that better? But so they're not making enough. That's not my call. But I really want them to win the Paris trip. Does that make sense? Like, why would you not win the Paris trip? Like, it's not that difficult. We had Jessica. I'm not sure if I put Jessica up here yet, but we know she'll show up next week probably. Just when the numbers come out. She's been here. She started in March, and it's her first. Started in March, and she's already won. So March, April, May, June, July, August. So in 6 months, she's won it. So it'll show up in the 7th month that she's won it. So anybody can win these trips if they just go all out. And she'll tell you, she's not killed herself. She's not worked that hard. And it's funny because people are like, how does she do it? Well, the mundane, she books appointments. She sits down and books appointments. It's the mundane stuff, okay, just the standard stuff. All right, so she's killing it. Whoa. Oh, I am going to be in Chicago with Diane Lampy and several other leaders October the 9th. Love to see you there. I'm going to be in Portland with a bunch of leaders. I got a whole list. There's about 20 of our agency managers and above that are going to Portland. We're doing a boot camp up there. And Las Vegas, I'm going to be there 15th. I'm going to show the plan on Monday night, the 15th, and I'm going to be there doing a boot camp on the 16th. And then we're doing one of those crazy runs, Kansas City all day, Houston all day, and Lakeland, Florida all day, November 5, 6, and 7. All right. That's our big dates. Oh, you know what? I did not bring Chris Shepard. Maybe I can get by without in my hand. Contest for last month. I want to show you who's winning it real quick because there's another week of reports, but I want you to kind of know where. So this week, people are still trying to win it, still trying to get stuff issued. And I'm going to go ahead and announce that we're going to do a 4th quarter contest. Right. So I'm going to tell you how much money can be won and how to win it and all those strategies. So let's go to 2000. That'll work. 2018. So right now, the newest people, Jessica started in March, hired in 2018. She stands to win. Let me go, take me to the dollar amounts they can win on this contest just one time real quick so I can get reminded. Oh my gosh. So here's what we're looking at. Is that not it? I thought you had it pulled up down there. Sorry for the delay, guys. I thought we had it. Here we go. Okay, so the 2018 people can win $3,300 as the #1 producer, but if they beat the 2017 people, that's another $3,000, so it'd be $6,666. And then if they beat the veterans, they can win $9,000, right at $10,000. Well, say $10,000 because I'm gonna throw in a couple more dollars and give them $10,000. I don't want them to beat everybody in the country and not win $10,000 cash. And that's a 1-month contest. Sorry, thank you for going to that. I know it was an impromptu question. Let's go back to that 2018 that you just had. Okay, so right now, Dia Gondor, this guy, he's just got started with us. I think he's been here 90 days. He's already winning. Peter Orozco is taking over. He is number 3 in recruiting and number 3 in production, so he's out there. Tim Long is stepping up. He's brand new. Jordan Swindell. So this is getting this is the newest people in the company this month have written. The people that hired in 2018, there's 8 of them have already issue paid over 10 grand. See, I don't know about if maybe some of you brand new are getting started and you're just business people. I was an engineer, and I was always getting in schemes, parties, scams, multi-level marketing, network marketing. And they would say things like, you can get rich over 5 years or 10 years. And my first check would usually be $3 or $12 or $100. And the first month, I might make that, $40. But it would usually go up because of the pyramiding effect of hiring other people. So when I saw this, I really about lost it. I said, are you telling me that I can go out there and start making $100,000 day one, and then I get the effect of starting other franchises around the country? They said, yeah. I was like, then I'll make millions. Because I was always able to make hundreds and then thousands and then hundreds of thousands with those other things where you made $3. So when I saw this, I went crazy. Terry, it truly freaks me out. And Dan, it freaks me out when people get in this and don't go ape about it. You with me? When they just don't go, when they just stand or do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, you're on a real vehicle, a real opportunity to print money. So these people are jumping in and taking off. Homer, Latasha, Letitia, Dan, Gloria, Megan, Cheddar. Does that look like Cheddar to y'all? They don't look like Cheddar to me, but that's the way she says it. She says my last name's Cheddar, so that's what we're going to go with. Tina, Gordon, she also known as the other blonde, I think she calls it. I'm not sure what that is either. Kurt Richardson, out here from Oklahoma. He's fired up out of his man. Saleh, I think I got that right. Jara, well, don't be letting these people whoop you. You were up at the top before. Don't put up with that. Heather, Caitlin, Travis, Dennis, Ashley Cheney, Mark Magyar, Mia. Is Mia in here? Mia, come on, girl. Alex, she up in Virginia. She's selling. She's probably trying to get this number up. She's going to pass these people. Alexander, Aaron, Christian, Alina, Joe, Daniel, Teresa, and Edgar and Anna. So that's where it would end right here, the money makers, the top 33 brand new producers. Let's go to the recruiters for 2018. Because this one kind of blows my mind. Look at this. The number one, Javon Dawkins has one new person this month issue paid business. If you just had 2 people to write a policy on themselves and get it issue paid, you would be the number one person with a shot at winning $3,000 this month. Look at all these ones. These are all the people that have got one person to issue pay a business. You with me? I'm going like, you've got to be kidding me. What a gold mine. So then you look over here on this side, these people right here, Richard Smith, Peter Orozco, and Nathan, any of those 3 get one more person right business. Like, oh my gosh, Peter, what you got in your hands, baby. So as a matter of fact, look at all these ones. And then these are people that have recruited one but don't have one selling yet. So this is a gold mine. Let's go to 2017 producers. So this is 18, everybody that's hired this year. This is everybody that's hired in 2017 unless an 18 person beats you out. So if an 18 person moved into it, see, Jessica shows as number 2 because she beat everybody that's wrote business in 2017, and now she's almost beat everybody in 2017. So she's an 18, she's beating everybody as 2017. So the people that have been in a year younger than her, she's pounding them. Almost like sophomore comes in and whoops the senior, right? So she's coming in, moving up. So if she moves ahead of Brian, she'll pick up $6,666 bonus money, extra money, okay? Eric Cruz is the 2017 guy. Henry Borland, Blake Spooner. Look at all these 2018 pushed the 2017 people down. Okay, you tracking on that? Your competitive spirit's got to kick in. Be like, I ain't letting no freshman come up in here taking my playing time. It's not just one freshman. Right there, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2018, we've got 6 people that are better than anybody we hired in 2017 when it comes to production. They might not be better people, but when it comes to selling insurance, they're killing them. All right, Ron Castor, Liz Brown, Dan, Anthony Diaz. He just won the Paris for sure. Homer kicks up in there. Bubba kicks up in there. Latasha, Marcy Hicks, Will Paris, Letitia Durant, and Latino, Zach Wright, Dan Davis. Look, all these yellows is brand new people that are beating out. So if you're getting started now, you don't have to take time to start whooping up on everybody, okay? You could be like me when I came in, like, wait, you got to be kidding me. I can print money as much as I want to print. So all these people are killing it. Megan, there's Cheddar. Cheddar's up 26. Vanessa, Jamal, Trina, all these 2018 people moving up in here. So Heather's right there on, there's Jared, 33. So Jared's almost in the top 33 of people all in 2 years. Kurt Richardson and Gordon. All right, let's go to the veterans production. See what the people that are just ripping heads off, see what they're doing. Okay, so Sarge right now stands to win $3,333. Again, there's another week and 1 day to go. Minerve, this is the highest I've seen Minerve lately. But she's been in, where does she go? She's been doing missionary work in Haiti. So she's done a lot of traveling, so she's back home now. She's killing it. Joe Dukes moving up strong. James Coleman, you heard me just say his name. Janina Wilson, Brant Swindell. This guy he walked away with $40,000 cash at our family reunion. So he's looking to win some more money. James Alara, George Andershock, Steve, Martha, Paul. So Brian, who was he got started in 2017, he's beating people that have been here for 20 years, 10 years, 5 years. Brian is beating them with $18,000. Then there's Belair. Paul Epstein. Jessica is number 15 in the country this month. So she'll take $6,600 from the first 2 contests, and then whatever she's going to win for being number 15. So it could be some big money coming on here just for a 1-month bonus. Dante Williams, Debbie Ben, Travis, Jeremy Jr., Michelle Alleman. Wouldn't be surprised if she don't compete with the number 1 spot, because she always comes in strong those last weeks. Lua Body, Mark Hutchinson, Terry Edwards right there. James Hill, Paul Eric Cruz, Henry Borland, Kelly Haney, Angela Manzo, Tad Blake, and Dia. So Dia, even in the top, that with his production, brand new guy, top 33 in the country. Is that crazy? Top 33 in the country, Dia. Don't let, and I'm telling you, and I'm not kidding you, people let up when they see, they're almost like, whoa, I'm winning? I'm not a winner. I'm like, whoa, yeah, you are. You're winning. Keep winning. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just don't change. Let's go to the veteran recruiters real quick. I want to see. Big difference between the veteran recruiters, huh? George Andershock has 5, Leventovich 5, Davies 5, Brandon Beal. So Brandon's coming up out of the 2017, right? So he's moving up. Chris Robinson, Kyle Cater, Fitz with 2. This drops pretty rapidly. 5, 3, 2s. Now look at all the 2s. Michael Owens, Justin Margison, Scott Ducharme, Michael Frederick, Adam Katz, Eric Belair, Tanya Tobias, Belinda Kimmel, Marty Doge, Tony Pierce, Bell Krause, Stephen Thompson, Michael Lee, Terry Edwards. There you go, Terry. You see where you are. You see what you got to do, man. Just a little bit. Julie Heimer, Dustin Craig, 2018 people right there. 2018, Richard Aline, Lou, Evan, James Hill, DeSanto, and Angela Clark. And Orozco almost I need you to move up a little bit, Orozco. So you'll get the idea. All right, give these guys hands. A lot of money to be won. So, a lot of money to be won. Anybody can take it. It's just blinders on, win the cruise, win the trip to Paris, win to Switzerland, win the bonus money we're paying. It's up to you. No respecter of your mom and daddy, your accent, lack of accent, nothing. It's just up to what you do. And it has a lot to do with how much you work. Last few mornings, there's big tobacco fields that I go by, agriculture, the tobacco product, they're growing it, and there's people out there working their butt off. And I go by there and I think, I'm going to go to work and tell people that they need to work. And I'm thinking, this is not work. It's more like focus. It's so easy to do if you do it. But it's so easy to just not do it and put it off till tomorrow. Not make a phone call, not do something. But when I go there, and I asked my media team to go out there, I think they've got some filming of it just to say, this is really work. Sitting there making phone calls, you've got to stop. You've got to stop with this. This is hard stuff. I guess it's hard. You can say, well, this is emotionally hard, but picking that tobacco and putting it under your arm out there in the heat ain't emotionally hard. I want you to go try it. You might come back and say, this is easy. You might be right about it, Andy. All right, let's go to the rules for this new contest. Let me show you how that's going to work. We're still going to break it down into 2018 people competing with each other, 2017 competing with each other, and then the veterans. But yes, the 18s can move up through the 17s into the veterans. Okay, so here's the way we're going to do it. Each contest is going to have $5,000 as the winner. So as a veteran, first place $5,000, second place $3,000, 2.5, $2,000, 1,050. So 1 through 6, you get over $1,000. All the way, so there's $25,000 involved for the veterans in production, top 33. So number 33 gets $100, number 1 gets $5,000. And this is October, November, and December. So it's a 90-day contest. So some people will get ready, some people will stroke out to the start and get started and start making some crazy extra money. Veterans can win both sides. You win the recruiting, you pick up another $5,000, so you got $10,000 on the line, veterans, for recruiting and selling. You tracking with me? This is not complicated. $3,000 for number 2, same payout for recruiting as selling for all veterans. Same thing for 2017. This is the diagram for 2017. This is a diagram for 2018. Okay? So veterans, same, 17, same, 5,000. So this is 50 grand, 50 grand, 50 grand. $150,000 bonuses extra. So let's say you start out, I can't read it, too much for me. Let's say you start out as a brand new person. You're getting started right now and you think this thing looks good. So you go out there and you whoop everybody's butt. You get $5,000. You beat people that got hired last year. That's another $5,000. You beat the veterans. That's another $5,000. So if you're brand new and you work your tail off for the next 90 days, you can pick up $15,000 bonus money, cash money, just selling the snot out of insurance. Okay? Same thing for recruiting. So if you go out there and work crazy hours, crazy intelligent, get the job done, you can win $15,000 on recruiting, $15,000 for selling. You stand to win $30,000 cash. All you got to do is produce. You say, well, y'all don't know me that good. Why would you give me that money? This is why we give you the money. This is the game. This is the rules. Anybody. I can't help it. Every time I get to talking about this, I get to thinking about me graduating from college. I get to thinking about when I worked in tobacco field. I get to thinking about when I worked at Bojangles. And every place I ever worked, it was the same thing. You got to put in your time. We've had people here more than you. Your accent, you got a redneck accent. You ain't even all that tall. You don't have a dominating presence. You don't have your mom and daddy wasn't rich. Your mom and daddy didn't have anything. You cannot have the big money. Hey, I don't know if they come out and tell you, but they come out and told me. They just come out and told me. That's just the way it is. You might read statistics. You might say, well, this is what women get paid, and I just shouldn't expect any more. They told me this every place I went. Because I would say, how do I get it? I will do it. I'm a butt kisser. I will come in early. I will work late. I will take the dirty jobs. I want the money. Does that make sense? Like I was like, what do I got to do? And they said, you can't fix your problem. You can't be born different, Andy. And I would be like so frustrated that they said my history and who my parents and all that dictated my future. It ticked me off. When I saw this, I thought to myself, nobody, based on what I'm seeing, nobody can tell me I can't get the money. Now, I found out the only people that would try to is people that didn't want me to show them up, or people that wanted me around every minute. They wanted me to do errands. They wanted me to go to funerals. They wanted me to go to weddings, wanted me to go to Little League, wanted me to do everything, right? But the people that had the money was not holding it back on me. It was other people like me that didn't have the money that was trying to hold me back. But not the people that had the money. You with me? Not the people that had the control. They said all I had to do was do it. So it almost came to this war of people that want me to do it and people that didn't want me to do it. You with me? And I was like, I know who's going to win this war because I'm on their side. I went crazy. I'm still going a little bit crazy about it because I like it. Things are happening to me. I'm getting to meet people. I'm getting to go to ball games. I'm getting to stay in hotels. I'm getting to take my wife on a private jet to our beach house. And our beach house is getting fixed. We stay somewhere else and we can afford it. I like it. People say, I don't know if it'll be worth it. You may not like it as much as I like it. But I would do it over again every single time. And what's happened with my wife, what she gets to do, and what's happened with my children and what they get to do, I like it. I like it. I don't know if y'all, does this crowd know Billy Graham? You ever heard of that guy? Did crusades all around the world, and people give him hundreds of millions of dollars. Well, Franklin Graham now has Samaritan's Purse. Y'all ever heard of him? So Merle Minnin's good friends with Franklin. He's like, you want to get Franklin to come out? I said, yeah. I said, Franklin, he's done pretty well helping out people. I've seen his commercials recently for North Carolina with the flood. And Merle says, you know, he's got like 4 or 5 planes. I said, yeah, I've heard that they use those planes to do good by flying around the country because they just get up and go. And he said, yeah, they do a lot of good with them. I said, did his daddy leave him a lot of money? He said he left him his name, Andy. Wow. He said he left him his name. Wow. He said, if he says to people, you know, my dad's Billy Graham, they go, how can we help you? What do you need? And he said, you understand that your kid's name Albright around Raleigh and Burlington is going to give them, open up doors for opportunities with them. I was like, oh, I never thought about that. I plan on leaving them some money too, you know what I mean? And so you know I ain't planning on going nowhere. Everybody wants to go to heaven. They just don't want to go today. They don't want to go today. I look forward to it, but I ain't in no hurry. I'm in a heaven on earth right now. I'm trying to tell them like it is. Think about that. He left him his name. Merle just like he said, left him his name, Andy. It's like, God dog it, Bo. What are you going to do? The way you leave your name, though, is doing stuff in the community, doing stuff for the Boy Scouts, doing stuff for your alma mater, doing stuff for your church, but something big, massive. You with me? So I'm gonna try to give him some. I'm buy me a big life insurance policy. Actually, a bunch of big life insurance policies. And I'm talking to them, giving them a game plan. But I like seeing them accomplish stuff, going to school, knowing they're not going to come out without a debt and stuff like that. It's just so many things that I'm trying to do, and there's a deadline to get this done, a sense of urgency, right? So I'm excited about what's going on. I hope you guys take advantage of the opportunity. I know you wonder if it's worth it. I know people deal with that. They just, time away from their kids, time away from their bathtub, time away from their bed, their home at home, time away from their kitchen. And even now, like I got, to me, some of the most beautiful decks in the world. I mean, where I'm sitting at my house out in Union Ridge just boggles my mind. And then my front deck at the cabin, we were just out there at ABTF. We took the whole ABTF out there all day and shooting and riding around, and we were building a 1700s cabin back down. I just love it. It is difficult for me to leave. And then my deck on the beach house, it's difficult. But to me, what I've done so far has been worth it. I believe what I'm doing now with all my heart is going to be worth it, or I would stop. And Tim Goetz says there's only two things you can give to people, an opportunity and an example. And I'm trying to draw this opportunity out for people, and I'm trying to still set the example. What I'm looking for is a few more people to take me up on this. So Terry and Tia, I'm talking to y'all. Danny, I'm talking straight at you. DeSoto, not DeSoto. Ed Soto. There's no D on it, okay? Ed Soto, I'm talking to you. Evan Patzer, Swindale, Brant, I'm talking to you directly. My Jake and Tim and all you guys, I am telling y'all, this is to you directly. And if you're going like Debbie saying, you ain't talking to me, yeah, I'm talking to you too. I'm talking to everybody. Aaron, I'm talking to everybody in the room, okay? But to be clear, the people that are doing it already, those are big to me. You with me? Jeff, you tracking with me? I want to simplify this thing so anybody can do it. Like I want to give you the rules. So that's what I'm trying to do today, Danny. All right, so Sadie, yesterday, Monday, I was trying to give you the rules, right? So I'm gonna hit them again. Hopefully you go like, I know this. Most people don't say, I don't know this. They're like, is it this? And I go, no, it's not this. I'm trying to say, here's one of my favorite sayings that's so true. How is it that people think communication happen after they have a conversation with somebody? How do you think that? Because you have these conversations and people don't have a clue. We did the telephone game where you tell somebody a secret. I wrote down and I read it and told it to them, and we just went through 15 people, and I thought sure it was going to come back perfect. It was not in the realm of being perfect. It was like, I can't tell you how crazy different it was from the first conversation. And there were people in the room going like, I can't believe that happened. I can't believe it when people think that it was going to be, that I'm going to have a conversation and they get it. So I keep having this conversation in different ways, Jeff. And I try to sell you, try to sell you on this. I need it to click in people. Toby and Stephanie, I need it to click in you, okay? So the first thing, this is a simple thing. is, the title was, starts out crappy, or crappy beginnings and happy endings, okay? Here's the way it's going to be the rest of your life. Success is over here, crap pile is right here, and you're on the other side. You're going to have to go through the junk. I was saying this, somehow this got public that I said this. I gave a talk about it, a little 15-minute talk. Guy texted me from Raleigh, North Carolina. I said, hey, man, I saw what you're saying. I heard what you were saying about going through the crap pile. He said, I have read so many motivational books, listened to so many people, I have never heard it put like that. And I think here's what got him. I said, to forget where you are to get what you're going to have to get some dookie on you. It's going to get in your eyes, in your ears. You're going to find out what dookie tastes like. You're going to find out what crap tastes like. And he said, I never heard it put like that. I go, bro, what part of you got to go through the crap pile? What did you think? You think it's going to be a walk through the roses because it's fertilizer and you don't brew a garden there and you walking through the garden? You got to go through this junk. People going to hate you. I told a young man, I was asking a young kid Monday, this was yesterday at our marketing meeting. I said, do you think it's possible to be successful? And he said, and people not hate you? He said, yeah, absolutely. I was like, name one person. And it occurred to me. I said, how about Jesus? He said, no, people hated him. They killed him. I said, well, that didn't work. Name somebody else. How about Obama? People hate him. How about Trump? People hate him. And then I came over this and I said, country music, everybody loves. And then I had a couple of speakers said, no, I hate it. And I was like, first of all, something's wrong with you. You shouldn't even count as a person. And then we got into this, you're being divisive. What? I don't even know what that means. You with me? But apparently, you can't be loved and great without somebody hating you. Wow. What part of that is a surprise that somebody don't like it? It shouldn't be a surprise. So what I need for you guys to do, I'm talking to is, and it's when people that don't know you hate you, it hurts the least. When people that know you good get mad at you, that really hurts you. Mommy, daddy, uncle, wife, husband, daughters, they, sisters, brothers, cousins, they are close to you. When they hurt, it hurts more. That's right. That's right. Kids, dogs, your llama's mad at you. That hurts you. People don't know you get mad, you don't care. This is the crap pile you got to go through. Okay, so I am telling y'all, if everybody's happy with you that you know, you're probably not doing it right. Wow. And people, they say, you mad at me because I ain't doing it. So everybody else likes it, you mad at me. I'm not mad at you. I don't even know who you are. That's right. That's right. People are like, yeah, you do. You always talk to me. I said, because you're standing right there, I'm talking to you. But I don't know who you are because you're not doing anything. I can't, what do you want me to do? I can't know everybody, especially people that ain't doing it. Here's one of my favorite things about the whole thing of Ferrari. I always bring this up. Guns, machine guns, rifle. I like them, right? Shotguns, grenade launchers. I like them all, right? Redneck bombs, what do you call them? Southern Thunder. But here might be one of my favorite things. Watch this. Y'all ready for this? Get ready. Get ready. Hey, listen. Is there any way I could get a cup that has TWC with a cool design on it? Not now. I want one made that's painted. It's like a TWC. So like I'm not advertising the NC State Wolfpack, but I want to advertise the TWC. Now what are you talking about? You just changed subject. No, I'm on the same subject. This is what I like. You follow what I'm saying? Like I'm asking for it, and I get this wonderful team around me. They're going to make it happen. That's what, I don't know what you're talking about. You see what I'm saying right now? Does that make sense? That's bad to the bone right now. It freaks me out to know that this is going to happen now. I ate a lot of crap. I got a lot of scratches. I got a lot of bruises. I got beat all to hell. in order to get over here to this ability to say, I really would like a TWC cup, not just one. I want to be able to have them so I can give them to a couple people when they come new to the TWC, you know? I had to go through a lot of junk to get to that, but I would go through the junk again to get there, to do it. Tracking with me? Okay, so that's the first thing. The second thing that has to do with craps is when we got married, I took Jane on a cruise. And the way it turns out our life has been from the very beginning, she goes to bed, she goes to sleep, Albright ain't ready to go to sleep because I have a case of FOMO and I've had a relapse. I have a fear of missing out. So on our honeymoon, I took her on a cruise and they gave us these $100 coupons and they said, these are worth $100 at the craps table. So the first thing I did is I go down there and I ask everybody as I'm walking by, I said, hey, you going to use your $100 coupon? They're like, no. So I'm grabbing coupons. So I went to the table. $800 ahead. I said, I like this, right? It's the first trip I ever paid for, you know, because usually I did free trips, you know, junk. I paid for this cruise. And I went down there with that thing, and here's the first thing I did. I looked around, I went to tables, and I found the guy that was winning. And I was nice to him, and I said, how's this work? And he said, copy me. And I said, all right. I don't understand why people got to do stuff on their own without copying. But I just like it. It's fun. You're moving. You're standing up. Friends are standing around and laughing and talking. And Jane's like, I'm sleeping. You go down there, do your little thing, do your little crappy thing. So I would do it. So I still like to do it when I go all around the country, different places around the world. And I like to do it when I go in Vegas. And I'm going to Vegas pretty soon. I'm going again October 15th. So the 15th I will not be playing because I'm doing a hot spot and I'm hanging out with my team because I got to do that. Believe me, that's very difficult for me to stay there. But I'm going to stay there, talk about building a business. Because I'm there for a week, okay? I got other business. Matter of fact, I'll tell you what I'm doing. They have people coming from Cuba, from Australia, from Spain. They have all the cruise ships are going to be there. All the resorts from, not all, but it's like 6,000 resorts and countries are in Vegas. And we'll walk around and talk to them, and they say, you're going to love it here. This is what our cruise ships, as a matter of fact, the next night I've got dinner with Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. So we talk to these people and figure out what's the coolest places to go for our group that we hadn't been before. How do we make it special? So that's what I'm doing there. So the event team's there. I'm there. I'm there for doing a hot spot while I'm there, right? And then the next day we're doing training. But I'm going to get to that crap table, I guarantee you. All right? Now, this guy, I didn't get to know him. I just copied him, and well, I mean, if I won 500, it ain't like I won because I came with 800 in, you know, coupons. But I made money. I was like, this is crazy talk. And I knew from my education as an engineer and studying statistics that the house has a huge advantage. But I discovered the thing called books. A lot of people don't know what books are. Books have information in them. Usually they're secrets that the rest of the world don't know. So I bought How to Beat Las Vegas at Craps, How to Win at the Casinos with Craps. And so I read those books, and I've discovered some stuff I want to share with you, real simple stuff that if you've seen it in the movies or if you've ever sat down one, it's very confusing. I want to try to simplify it for you, okay? So a couple of, if you're going to play craps, if you're going to play the alliance, here's what I recommend. Strategy. Learn the rules. Learn the odds. Play like a professional. Control the rhythm and be confident. This is simple stuff. Like when you come up, the first thing you got to do is be courteous to the guy with a stick. Anytime somebody got a stick in their hand, be nice to him. There's a guy with a wooden stick at the crap table. Be nice to him. You say, well, he's going to hit me with it? Probably not, but don't tempt him. He also gives you change, the correct change. There's also a mojo that I believe is created if people are negative, it does not ever go good. It's the weirdest thing. It's what I've picked up on. It's so hard for me because I'm such an emotional person. Like I've got passion. I cry. I'm sad. I fall in love with people. I believe in people. And then when people hurt me, it just breaks my heart, and I feel like I'm going to die. And then over here, I went to NC State, and we learned how to count. And we learned statistical odds. And we learned that one event has nothing to do with another event. And so when it's negative and people do bad, I'm over here going, see, I told y'all, everybody's got to pay attention, dadgummit. You know, everybody's got to have a great attitude or we're going to have a butt whooping. He said, that don't go over good. You with me? So I'm going like, everybody's got to be happy. Everybody be happy. But over here, I'm going, the dice are going to fall where the dice may fall, regardless of whether everybody's happy or not. That's what I see as an engineer and a statistician. But I swear, I don't know, y'all come with me. It seems like when everybody's having good time and everybody's laughing, we start hitting the right numbers and they start paying us like crazy. That's right. And then, never fails, a person will quit paying attention, and then it's like it got really lucky, and then when somebody starts talking to somebody else, somebody, hey, get back to the table. Right, keep your hands on the table. Everybody's got to stay in, and they quit paying attention. Next thing you know, we start losing again. And like, we're going to have to gain the momentum all over again. It's such a crazy thing to me because of knowing from a statistical standpoint, it don't matter. But me and some other people believe it does matter. Okay? So what I'm still trying, I'm going to try to stay on craps before I get into the alliance. So the first thing, be courteous, know the odds, know the statistics, play like a professional, keep that rhythm going. It's like somebody if you roll and we win, and we roll and you win, you roll and you win, somebody misses the table. You say, how do you miss the table? I don't know how they do it, but they throw it off somewhere, and then we got to find the dice. And so everybody goes to looking for the dice. And I'm like, oh no, because it kills the rhythm. And it just seems like they come back and throw the wrong number. It's like, why did you miss the table? Or the person's just killing it, and another person comes on and starts, hey, do you want something to eat? Y'all going to go to dinner? Well, I could go here. And you're like, no, don't talk to nobody when you're rolling. Focus on what you're killing the rhythm. Or they'll say something like, I'm probably not going to hit it. And you just want to grab the stick out of the guy's hand and hit him on the head. You want to hear them say, look here come a 4, baby, here come a 2, 2. You know, we'll take a 3 or 1, 1. You know what I'm saying? We'll take a 3 and a 1, which is 4, or a 2 and a 2, right? So we're 1, or we get a 2 and a 2, or a 1 and a 3, right? So one way we're like, we got 4. I'm getting excited about it right now. I'm trying to stay away from the alliance. But it does remind me of, I got to tell you this, if everybody would just stick together, we could take all their money. Like we could all, if everybody was safe, we could take all their money. And then when you walk up to a craps table, it's just so cool because they got stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and cash. And the money is like just no further from me to Terry. Like I could just grab it and run. But that won't work. But you just feel like you just taste it. It's right there at you. But you need everybody around the whole to play together. You with me? I know you ain't with me, but try to be with me. I ain't crazy enough to think you understand what I'm saying. You get it, but it's. Can I get you to get it at a gut level? Yeah. All right. So here's the way this works. Whoever has the dice, they call them a shooter. Okay, and there's hundreds and hundreds of numbers and drawings on this table, and they're all bets that you can do. But the way you start it, 99% it's people put a dollar amount down, like $5. Usually, sometimes it's a minimum of 20, but you can usually find a $5 minimum. So you put $5 down. What you do is that the shooter rolls the dice. So you put $5 down for you. You can put 10, but let's just go with 5. So we're putting $5 down. If he rolls a 7 or 11, you double your money. Okay? Now, that is not enough, but that's what they pay you. You double your money. So you put down a 5, 7 or 11, you get to put 5. They give you 5 and you put it in your pocket. Okay? You roll a 2, 3, or 12, they take your $5. Okay? The odds favor the 2, 3, or 12 over the 7 or 11, but they don't pay you more. So they pay you even, but they ought to pay you more. In other words, you put down 5, you win a 5. But the odds are you're going to lose. So you ought to get paid more than 5, but they give you a straight up 5. So well, why you play? It's the only way you can get their money is play. And I want their money. Does that make sense? This whole example to me is great except for one thing. If you play forever, you're going to lose. If you play the alliance forever, you're going to win, Debbie. It is hands down, you cannot lose. Over here, you can't win. Why do you think you can win, Andy? Because I know the rules, and I know if I can get the momentum and people that I've done it so many times, I know I can win it. I think I'm ahead altogether, which is unusual because I know there's a lot of people losing. And if overall a lot of them lose, the company, the casino, they're okay with it. They don't care if I win a lot as long as a lot of people lose. And a lot of people are going to lose because they don't play right. They don't know the odds. They play stupid. They don't have no confidence. They're negative. They have no rhythm. They do all the stupid stuff you could possibly do. Okay, so here we go. So you come out, roll. You hit a number. You hit a 4, 5, or 6, or 8, 9, or 10. Okay? If you hit a 7 or 11, remember, you win. If you hit the 2, 3, or 12, you lose. So the only thing left is 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. So let's say you hit a 4. So you roll out in a 4. They put a marker on a 4. So now here's a simple goal. The shooter needs to roll a 4 before he rolls a 7. That's all there is to it. All he's got to do is hit a 4 before he hits a 7. The odds are you're going to hit a 7, not a 4. So if you hit a 4, they're going to pay you 2 times your money. So if you had a 5, they're going to pay you, you're going to make $10. You're going to win 10. Okay? You should win more than that, but they don't pay you more than that. So that's called a spread. It's called when they owe you more than they pay you. So that's how they always win, because gradually they're going to beat you down because they never pay you as much as you should win. So your deficit is usually about it's 1.42% chance that you're going to when you get paid, they're going to not pay you 1.4%. Does that make sense? So in other words, Terry, you win 5, they're going to pay you 5. Right. You hit that 4, they're going to pay you 10 when they ought to pay you $11, but they're going to pay you $10. So that spread means you will eventually lose. But it's what I'm telling you is these is the best percentages you can get. Because if you put it on the field, which is this crazy bet, you put your money on there, your spread is 9%, not 1.4. So you think this is a great deal. They call it a sucker bet, the professionals do. But if you go to a table, the dum-dums are betting like crazy on this field. And it looks like they're winning, but if you're a statistician, you know that they're losing faster. Does that make sense? And then if you bet on they call it a boxcar, which is a 6 and a 6. There's only one way. You roll a dice, there's, 100 different variations you can roll. A 1 and a 6, a 5 and a 6, a 2 and a 6, a 3. You with me? But a 6 and a 6, they call it, people bet on it. And the spread's terrible on it. So here's the only thing that you can do better. Once you come out, Terry, and you've got a 5 as established number, or 4 as established number, so you've come out and you got a 4 and you got $5. They have this thing called even odds. The only thing, there's 150 bets. There's only one bet that you and them have an equal shot at winning, and that is putting the money behind your bet. It sounds crazy because you already got 5. If you put another 5 behind it, that 1.4% goes down. I got the numbers right here. The number goes down to 0.85. So you're going to get 99% of the money that you should make. You with me? If you put another 5, so now you got a 5 and 2 5s behind it, it goes up to so it's really a 99.15. Now it goes to a 99.39. If you put $5 and you put 500 behind it, the 500 has 100% even odds. But this one don't have even, so you got to factor that in. Now you're going to win 99.82. So you've almost made it even between them and you. Does that make sense? Kinda. It's in other words, there's 150 ways to lose. One way to try to stay in the game until the momentum kicks in. This makes. So when I read this book, I'm like, oh my God. Now, I've recently discovered this. And for those of you that are interested in that game and you've been there before, I read this. This, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to find out. They said there's a way that you can get even odds, boom, like that. And I said, there's nothing like that on the whole table. And here's what they said. And this would be to, like again, people that like to play that. They said if somebody at the table don't take their odds, so they bet $5, and then we roll a number like a 6 or an 8 or a 10, and they don't put any odds behind it, I can go, hey, sir, he didn't take his odds. Can I bet his odds? So I don't have the first bet, I just take his odds. And I was like, if this is true, I'm going to go to Vegas and play at even odds, equal footing, me against them. Now here's the thing. They paying for waitresses? I'm not paying for waitresses. They paying for a guy to run the stick? I'm not paying for the guy to run the stick. I got people on each end that they paying for. I think I'm going to be playing at an advantage on this one bet. So I listen to me. I got this in a book. You with me? And I mean, I know the math. I'm a mathematical person. I get out my calculator. This is a crazy shot at winning. You with me on this? So craps in the beginning, happy endings. All right? Crap in the middle, you got to go through it. So it's kind of two different things I want to talk to you about is when it comes to craps. So that just still blows my mind. I got 100 more crap stories, but I don't really. I want to talk more about the Alliance and talk about what we do. How does this relate? Well, all right. This is a formula or a strategy. One guy defined it. He said, "This is how innovation happens." He said it like this: there's people that dream, and there's people that do. We're not talking about the dum-dums that are pessimistic and don't do anything, but there's dreamers. And we've got a couple of them in our organization. Lord, they can dream, and they're pretty too. They just pretty boys, pretty girls, just dream about what it's going to be like one day, but they don't do. What we're looking for is dreamers that do. What I'm calling on, Danny. How old are you, Danny? 56. Let me explain this to you. You're going to be 66, just like that. What do you dream it's going to be like? Are you going to have a jet? Are you going to have a Lamborghini? Are you going to have a Maybach? I'm going to tell you what, Maybach, bro, whoo, my favorite car. It don't cost as much as the other ones. Okay, so what is it going to be like, Terry? Tia? Them kids start going to college. What's it going to be like? There's dreaming and there's doing. The question is, what's the magic formula for dreaming and doing? What's the magic formula for innovation? See, ideas, people have ideas, but they don't ever make them happen. Like, one of the things people think is this entrepreneur school. We just did that $5 million at entrepreneur school. Some of these kids think that they're trying to think of something that hasn't been thought of before. Other ones, they're just doing stuff. Like the last time we were there, those kids gave that talk on how to track kids at a museum or a park. That's the third time I've heard that pitch. Like, I've had kids, they want $5,000 to start this new company to track other kids. And they've surveyed the parents, and they all think it's a great idea. But I've not known any of them to pull it off. But what I like is they just keep throwing ideas, even if they're stupid ideas or been had before. I don't know of an idea that hadn't been thought of before, but I know stuff that hadn't been done before. I mean, I know people right now that have great, I'm going to tell you one. There's a guy right now, there's a thing called sepsis. This might save somebody's life. Y'all know what sepsis is? If you have an infection. Here, the way to fix sepsis is massive fluids in your body immediately. If you watch the medical movie shows, they usually have a machine that's got fluids right here, and they have a vein and they put it in you, and it's dripping down in you. And in the Army or in the military, when somebody gets their leg shot really bad or arm shot really bad, they'll come running with this bubble of glucose, I think they call it. It's a clear liquid, and they put it in you, and they'll take the balloon where the water, and they'll just mash it, trying to get it to go in your arm. You with me? Okay, y'all seen that before. They know that this is a solution. Okay? They know it. But these machines are like, I think they're like $80,000. Well, this guy who's innovative in Raleigh, he showed me this. It's called 401 Safety or 401 Medical. You can look it up, 401 Medical. Okay, so here's what he says. If you're a construction guy, you know what a caulking gun is. A caulking gun, it squirts caulk out in the corners of the cracks or to fill up a hole, and it looks like a pistol, but you put a cylinder of caulk or fluid in it, and when you mash it, it just goes, it just pushes the caulk up in there, right? I mean, we've done it with squirting guns. Daddy get mad, we squirting caulk at each other. That's us expensive, But you mash it, you just press it like that, and it goes, it just pushes the caulk out. So this guy figured out a way to hook the line into the gun, and then the other line goes into your vein. So he goes, and it fills up the cylinder, and then he goes, and it just jams the fluid down through a person. They've got cases documented, videos, people that talk about it, and they say that they've had kids that are sepsis or in an accident, and they're just out, going to die, and they start pumping this fluid, and they come back up and they go, what happened? Like they come back to life. My brother-in-law died because of sepsis. They couldn't get enough fluids in his body, but they didn't have this machine. But listen to me. Other people thought of this idea and didn't make the product. He's made the product. What he's got to do now? He's got to get somebody to buy it. You say, well, why wouldn't a hospital buy it? Because they've been doing it this way forever, and they're not convinced it'll work. Is that crazy? It's not a new idea, but he's trying to do it. Matter of fact, Mac, we should put this guy on Self-Made on the new television series we're going to do. 401 Medical. We need to get them on this. We're doing a television show about self-made people. But self-made people, it's usually somebody, it's been done before, but not as good, or it hadn't been done in 40 years, so people forgot about it. It's like the other night, Jane, I said, what do you got? I got a float. You know what I'm talking about? Like ice cream with a soft drink in it. You could start up a float shop and get people coming to it and make money. But it's not new. You tracking with me? So I'm going to tell you stuff about the Alliance that innovation. You can just do it. Just don't accept it as like, oh, this has been done before. Okay, there's 4 things that you need to know. To have something happen, Jeff, somebody go crazy, cause somebody to happen, I got your name. What's your name, sir? Ron? Rod Thompson. Okay. You need to have a problem. All right, so here's the problem we have. Is my lead team in here? Lead team, come up here. Here's the problem we got. Give me a hand. Lead performance team. Y'all are being very quiet back there. I almost forgot about y'all. Evan, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. How you doing? Edith. That's right. You still fired up out of your mind? You still own your house? I know you fired up at that house. Take the red one, Edith. Take the white one. Okay, so we have a problem. Here's the problem. We have discovered, all of a sudden, a way to create massive amounts of leads. So we got leads up here, and we got this many people to buy them. See the problem? I need this many people. So that's the problem. The Alliance wants to explode. We were having a challenge, getting agents and getting leads. We had a breakthrough on leads. So now we have a situation. The first way to get something to happen is to have a problem. We got the problem. Tracking with me? Now I'm gonna come back to these. Number 2, we need limited resources. There's always a miracle revelation when people ain't got no money, ain't got no time, ain't got no people. 3, they're willing to screw it up. They're willing to fail. They're willing to mess up. And 4, they're willing to do stuff crazy. That's the formula that every success book talks about. You got to have a problem. You got to be limited. Because anytime a company's got plenty of money, anytime a person has plenty of money, no job, no miracle coming. You with me? Like Terry, I'm not kidding. You got a guy with plenty of money comes into this business. Not going to happen if he has the talent. You get them with kids disabled, husband just left them, beat up when he was a kid, tried suicide, got a shot. Got to have limited resources to have a miracle. You with me? And Jesus didn't turn water into wine like this. Say, hey, listen, y'all go get some wine. They get a truck. People go get the trucks, bring back plain wine for everybody. That is not a miracle. That is not innovation. That's called, he had a plenty of stuff to work with. Who's surprised? We need innovation. We need people that are willing to do something and fail. Get beat up, get a bloody lip, fail, screw up, lose everything you got. You got to be willing to lose. And number 4, you got to be psycho. That's the way it always happens. Every innovation, every miracle that comes about, somebody's about to be crazy. So I want y'all to help define the problem. First of all, y'all just go through this, introduce yourself, tell it. This is our lead performance team minus Clay. Y'all can tell where Clay is and everything?
Sure, yeah.
All right, I'll turn it over to you, Ashley.
Hey, y'all. My name is Ashlyn Davis. I have been with the Alliance now coming on 3 years. Prior to working with the Alliance, I thought I had my life together. I didn't. What do most people do when they get out of school or high school? They go to college. So I had an idea, and I knew that I wanted to do something in the dental field. So I knew I wanted to do hands-on and be able to help people. And I was like, cool. I get to hands-on, I get to clean people's teeth, and I get to help them feel good about themselves. Well, they didn't tell me in high school that going to college was going to mean still doing that same math and reading and typing and writing and all that stuff all over again. So I was like, we got to do something faster than this. This ain't working. So I quit going to school for dental assisting, and I went to school for cosmetology. So I graduated from the Aveda Institute of Chapel Hill with a license in cosmetology. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely got my life together. Yeah, no. Again, they tricked me, and they did not tell me in hair school that they were going to keep my calendars just as booked in hair school as they were when I got into the real world. So I had to go out and find all of those clients, and I had to bring those people in. And at that point in my life, I was just not comfortable with, I would probably say myself and in life, to go out and meet strangers and to go out and, try to build up my business. So my sister worked at a Mercedes dealership, and she loved it. So she was like, why don't you come work with me for a little bit? You'll love it. It's crazy here, and you can do hair on the side. So I was like, okay, cool. Let's do that. worst job of my life. I love to talk and I love to be crazy. I could not do that at Mercedes. I literally sat at a little desk by myself and watched people walk by all day and just look at me. Or whenever they came up to give me their tickets for their cars and stuff, they half the time would be on the phone, be in a hurry, just trying to get out of there, give me their payment, and hurry up and walk away. They would also lock me in a filing room for half the day, and I would just file away. And I was like, okay, why me? Like, why did I go to school for something, but I'm not happy with where I'm at? Why do I see all of my friends out here who went to school, who have license or who has degrees, and they're happy in their life. They're happy in their jobs. And so at that point, I was like, I've got to find something better than this. So that was when I found the Alliance, and I did not realize how crazy y'all were until I came here. So my first interview was absolutely crazy. Like, I could not understand, like, what was going on. I was just like, oh my gosh, okay, this is a lot. So whenever I came back for my second interview, that was when I truly found myself realizing, like, what this place actually is and what you guys do. And I got to sit with Chris Hill and Robbie Kraft and Chelsea, and I got to meet Andy, and I kind of just all of a sudden got this, like, feeling over myself that, like, this is home for me. Like, this is where I picture myself at in life, coming to every day, because I could just tell right then, like, they truly cared about me. Even though I wasn't even an employee yet, they still truly cared about me and cared to let me know, like, hey, this is what we do and we want you to be a part of it. So I started off in the ABTF, and I got the wonderful opportunity to move over to the lead performance team, and I have been here ever since. So I have to give a huge shout out to Andy and Jane Albright for allowing me the opportunity, you know, and to grow myself. I'm doing things now that I never thought that I would ever be doing. So thank you guys.
How long have you been in the lead department?
I would say right at probably 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So
almost
you know
3 right at. Yes, sir.
Okay. Went to Graham?
I went to Southern Alamance High School.
Okay. And then this Aveda?
Aveda. Aveda Institute of Chapel Hill.
Okay. All right, we're going to come back to you. Evan, tell us where you went to school and what's your background. What kind of work have you done?
Gotcha. So my name is Evan Loudermilk. I've been here for just over 3 months now. Prior to the Alliance, I went to college at Appalachian State University in Boone, North Carolina. I did grow up locally in this area, though. After school, I stuck around with what I was doing while I was in college, which was working in the restaurant industry. I got to the point that I was actually managing at the Chili's in Boone. And a lot like Ashlyn, I thought that I had it all together. I had a plan set. I was just going to do big things. Quickly found out, though, that much like the rest of the corporate world, working up in a corporate restaurant goes just the same, you know, as to where no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you think you figured it out, you're going to be paid exactly what the people above you decide that you're going to be making.
Did you have anything what I had where did they tell you what was wrong with you, or did they just let you have to figure it out yourself?
Yeah, there's actually at one point I was trying to take a test. It was a personality test to move up to the next level to be able to get to the point of
eventually they're going to bring in personality problems now.
Yeah. Oh, that was a wake up call for me.
Is that annoying?
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
What, did it tell you didn't have the personality?
Essentially. So when I took the test, I got the results back, and they sent me back a long list of all these things that was great about me, all these reasons as to why I was an ideal fit. And it came back with only 3 negatives.
One hair in the biscuit. That's the way they are. One hair in the biscuit. They want to put the whole biscuit back.
Right. They told me that essentially the main thing that was wrong was it said I was too intuitive, which was
you don't want to be intuitive.
Right. They said I made too many decisions based on emotion, which, you know, in industry...
Hey, don't be emotional about it.
Right, especially when you're trying to send people out happier than when they came in.
Yeah.
Think that, right. Well, then they told me I didn't have any kind of understanding of hospitality culture, which I'd been doing it for 7 years. I knew hospitality culture. So that was the point. I kind of decided I knew that this is not for me. You know, somebody slowing me down, holding me back, telling me I am or I'm not qualified, no matter how much I knew. I knew that restaurant and that industry like the back of my hand. Well, I come here to the Alliance. I found the Alliance, and I saw that, great opportunities all over the place. If I want to make a certain level of income, the only thing I need to do is reach out and get it. Yeah, I just need to work a little harder, put a little more time in, and I got it. I decide my own income, not someone else, and it's a beautiful thing.
So our problem, we don't have enough people. We got too many leads. So this is the group that's dealing with all these massive leads across the country. Never fails we do a show like this and somebody says, well, I'm brand new, I didn't know that I could call them. Don't I have to talk to my manager? Yes, they'll help talk to your manager. They're going to help. They've been doing this for years, and they have the expertise. I just need for you to get to know them. So you talk about Chili's, you and Evan going to be tight. You with me? Y'all got them smothered. What does Chili's do? What do they sell? Oh, they got the baby back ribs. Here's another thing I like about my life. I don't know what they got at Chili's. No idea. No idea. I'm thinking scattered, smothered, and whatever. I'm thinking Waffle House food. Dang. So how long have you been here?
Just over 3 months now.
All right. So he's not been here long enough that he's going to act like you're dumb. He's going to be like, I know, I had the same problem. So he's going to get where you're coming from, but he's been here 90 days, so he's starting to get a real feel for where the leads are. So Edith, how about you?
Hey, y'all. Hey. My name's Edith Flores. I've been here going on 2 months on the 30th of this month. Fresh out of high school, graduated June something.
From where?
Forgot. Williams.
Williams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They say I say it with an
That's
accent.
the big Burlington school.
Yeah. I graduated June something. I forgot. I didn't really like school. But I graduated.
You didn't like it?
No. No. I went like twice a week, but I graduated. I found out about the Alliance because of Lucero Diaz. Y'all might know her. I contacted her when I was 17. I was like, give me that job. And she was like, you're 17. You can't get into the Alliance. So the day I turned 18, I said, I'm 18 now. Give me that job. So she's like, okay. She got me an interview with Robbie and Andy Lee. And they decided that my best fit was the Leeds team. And I love it. I love helping people. I'm still new, so I'm still like I know this, because I don't know everything yet. But if y'all ask me a question, I go out of my way to get you the answer.
That's right. Yeah.
So that's where I'm at.
Do you speak redneck real good? Because we got a lot of rednecks.
Yeah.
We got some Yankees to call in. You speak Yankee?
Yeah.
How about West Coast? You speak West Coast?
I try to.
Any other skills? Any other
Spanish.
Oh,
I speak
Spanish.
Spanish
skills. So if you speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Or redneck. Or Williams.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to do it now, but you could explain this map. You could talk about it, answer some questions.
Some of them, but not really.
Cadence, tell us who you are, where you went to school.
Hello, my name is Cadence Dingler. I graduated from Elon University in 2016. I'm from Jersey, though, so I'm a little bit of a Yankee, but I do say y'all now.
Well, we've got some group of people that need to be calling y'all. Y'all know about Massachusetts, New Hampshire, and all that stuff up there, and you're going to take your car up there.
Yeah, you got to come find me. I do speak Yankee very fluently. But yeah, I do love the lead performance team, too. I worked part-time at Red Robin a little bit, and I worked at this architecture firm up in Jersey as just like an admin, and I loved it there, but I knew I wanted to do something down in North Carolina, a little more intense and a little more intuitive, as Evan would probably say. But yeah, love it here. It's great.
Okay, so Elon University. What was your degree?
English.
English.
Yes.
English. So would a lot of people come out of there and be a school teacher or?
Yes, and I did not want to do that at all.
School?
No patience for children.
Okay.
In a good way, in a good way. I love kids, but I don't have the patience.
Okay, so if you're a child, if you're a child agent,
Call Edith.
Call the fresh out of high school. It wasn't that hard. Okay, let's see. Show me what you got. Show me what's going on with our leads. Ashlyn? Or who's talking? Ashlyn, is it you or Evan?
So we have over 17,000 A0s in inventory right now. Just last night alone, we created 385 A0 TV final expense leads. 385 in one day. One day. So we have leads all over the map. I have, let's see. The top 5 states that I have the most A0s in right now, California is number 1. I have Georgia, Texas, Tennessee, and Illinois. Right now, those states, I don't think this map is as updated for TV leads, but those states right now are where we have the most TV leads. So we need you guys setting up more GMRs. We need you guys increasing your GMRs to get those TV leads. We can't be creating TV leads that are just going to sit there and, or wait for somebody to call them. So
do you have anything about DLPs? Is there any?
No, we just look for just all A0s.
All right. So A0 means this. This lead has just come in. It's fresh. So what's the time limit? Within 5 weeks?
Well, you have it exclusive to you and you only for 5 weeks. If you
said before it rolls to DLP A.
60 days as a speed, telemarketing, and call-in lead, and 90 days as a direct mail.
Okay. So what I'm telling you is these are leads that nobody's bought them, and they're fresh. The problem is, for me, when this 17,000 sets for 60 or 90 days, they roll into a DLP, and we reduce the price by, I don't know, 25%. It's ridiculous. So I've got all this tied up in cash in our inventory, and then if we produce 5,000 this week and we only sell you 3,000, this don't go up by 2,000. It's going to roughly stay there because some roll out into DLP A. So when you start looking at DLP A, or discount lead program, the DLP, and A, it gets like we've got a problem. Mm-hmm. So if you're an agent and you're one of the few that are crazy, willing to take a chance and willing to fail, we have a golden opportunity. You with me? So the deficit amount of people to take the leads is defining the opportunity. It's like when they discovered gold in California in the gold rush. They had a problem. They discovered gold. Didn't have enough people to mine it. And some psychos moved. You with me? They gained thousands of acres of land. They found gold. The whole world was changed. It's the same thing when they discovered America. Most people said, who cares? But some people went for it. Okay, so we're going to keep defining the problem. So keep working with me on the problem. Where are all the leads?
You want to slide to the next one? Okay.
Next.
Yeah. Okay, so y'all, we have over 4,000 TV leads in inventory right now. Just TV leads alone. That's not final expense. That's not life. That's just TV call-in leads. They watched that commercial, picked up the phone, and dialed the number on the bottom of the screen and called in requesting that someone come out and help them. So I've got a ton of them in California, Texas. We've got a ton in Georgia, a ton in Illinois. So if you can go to the next slide. Okay, yes. So California, y'all, we need people out in California. California is huge, and the opportunity in California is even bigger. Like, it is absolutely crazy. Down here in LA County, I have 140 A0 leads. I probably have about 10 A-lead GMRs there right now that are getting filled every single week, but I need more of you guys to have GMRs down in California because we are creating a ton. That San Bernardino County, I've got 99. Up here in the central part of California, the central part and this lower south part, I'm not kidding, stays stacked up with leads, y'all. We need help and we need more people out there. We also have 5 counties on the Power Move list this week that was just updated yesterday. Those 5 are Alameda County, Contra Costa, Los Angeles, Riverside, and Santa Clara County. So y'all California people that have been looking for extra leads and can't get them in those areas that are a little bit smaller, look in the central part and the south part. There are a ton of leads there. So if you can slide on to the next one.
PM 1000. Will you define PM 1000?
So Power Move 1000, that is where you can get up to $1,000 worth of leads all together at once and not pay anything on that $1,000 for 30 days. And then after that 30 days is up, that $1,000 is evenly spread out over a 12-week payment plan. Y'all, that's like us giving you a loan and saying, hey, here's $1,000 worth of leads. Start calling them and go run some business. You don't have to pay anything back on that for 30 days. Where else can you do that at?
Nowhere.
Other than the Alliance. Like, it's crazy. If you are key leader and above, you can do up to 5 power moves at once. That's 5 power moves. 1 for you and the rest for your downline. That is crazy investment. It works the same way. You have to invest. Power moves are huge. I cannot tell y'all, I've not spoke to one person who did not at least make that $1,000 back or a little bit more on a power move. Every person that has done a power move I know has had success. Now, they might have struggled in the beginning or the first couple of days, but they broke out of that thing and made that money back. It's crazy what power moves can do for your business. So if you need that extra boost, I highly suggest going out and getting a power move. So Florida. I know my Florida people, y'all are always calling, asking, and looking for more A leads.
Go back to Florida.
So Florida, I mean, I've got them in the central part. Y'all,
We've
this
never had
area.
leads in Florida. Well, we did in 2002, 2004, when millionaires were made. But not everybody that was in 2004 did it. Most people in 2004 said, I'm comfortable selling. I'm happy that I found the Alliance. I'm making $85,000. I'm making $125,000. I'm making more than everybody I know. But the Leventoviches and the Longs and the Riddles and the Fitzes and the Lampy, you with me? And the Carries said, I'm crazy. We've never had opportunities like this. Calling all, if I had the chance, people. Calling all, wish I had a shot. Calling all, I've been discriminated for previously. I'm calling all people. The bell is screaming and ringing. It's wartime against your poverty. And this team right here, come over here. Edith, Cadence, Evan, where is tell them where's
So Clay is actually down right now in the Lakeland, Florida office, running business and helping get those employees down there trained and hired. So it's crazy in Florida.
And PM 1000 is available in 100 different counties?
Yes, we update a list every Tuesday of 100 counties where you can do a power move at. A lot of the counties even have areas where we can do multiple power moves. So it doesn't mean that you can do one power move in this county. We have areas that have so many leads that we've had 4 people do a power move in that county before. It's absolutely crazy.
Y'all are not listening to me. Well, some of you are. Evan Patzer is listening. Okay? Soto's listening. Who else has bought those 4 p.m.?
The Carries did 5.
5 p.m. 1000.
Paul Roberts, I've been chatting with him this morning. He's getting ready to do some power moves for downlines and his team. The Allemans are doing them. Leventoviches are doing them. Andy Riddle's doing them. Mike Hartley's doing them. We got a ton of people out there doing them.
If you're on a 50% commission, first of all, 55 is the lowest. If you're on a 50% commission, all you got to sell is $2,000 worth of business. You got $1,000 worth of leads. I mean, how many leads would that be? $1,000, anywhere from
roughly, probably anywhere between 27 to 40, depending on what lead type you get.
27 to 40 leads. You're going to pay $2,000 to get your money back. $3,000, you make $1,000 clear money. How fast would you like to trade $1,000 for $2,000? How many times would you like to trade $1,000 for $2,000? And I get people to do it, and I go, how'd it work? It worked great. I bought $1,000, made $4,000, kept $3,000. You do it again? I'm thinking about it. God! Don't make no sense to me. I don't understand people that sit still for opportunity. It blows my mind. Now, what is this, Virginia?
Yes, Virginia.
Chicago. Chicago's huge. He
Yes,
had Virginia up here. Did I make that go away? Virginia, look at this, down here, up
Yes,
there.
so all of this area down here in Virginia and this top south or top Virginia is always stacked up with leads, y'all. We have people down in these Norfolk City, Virginia Beach cities with power or with GMR set up, and we're still creating a ton of leads there, just A leads alone. And then if you go to Chicago, Illinois in Cook County, y'all, I don't know what they cooking up there, but I know they cooking up some premiums because we have 100, I think it was 174 A0 leads.
That's me.
It's okay. So I will actually be with Andy and the team in Portland, Oregon. And I looked this morning, and there are a total of 92 A0 leads, brand new, fresh leads, sitting there waiting for you guys to hire somebody out there. So we will be out there next month. So get on the phones now and start recruiting somebody out there.
Okay, listen. Limited resources. It always happens when somebody's broke. Don't tell me, I'm glad it's unbelievable these leads, but I ain't got no money. Perfect, lines up. You don't have the money. I don't have the leadership in the company. People don't know what they're doing. That's called limited resources. This is called the perfect storm for innovation. The perfect storm for a miracle. You got limited resources. We got a problem. You got to be willing to fail. You got to be willing to do $1,000 and not make one sale. That's unlikely, but you got to be willing to. You say, I've never had a problem buying 1,000 and making 3,000. You ever bought 5,000? No, not sure if I could make it. You got to be willing to fail, which comes to the fourth category. You got to be willing to do something crazy. You got to say, I'm not coming home. I'm going to be gone for 3 weeks. I'm going to go to California and I'm going to hire and I hire and I hire until I get me 3 good people. You got to be willing to fail, and you got to be willing to do something crazy. I call it following crazy. I'm trying to be your example. Thank you. But when you do something crazy, it's going to open up something crazier. Follow the crazy. Follow the crazy trail. I've not seen people do successful that people say, he pretty much went the standard path to become president. He went the standard path to become a major league all-star player. He went the standard path. It's always something crazy that the person did. You can't take advantage of this problem unless you're willing to do something crazy and willing to fail. And you will find out that this formula will take you to a crazy life. Crazy success, crazy happiness, best friends in the world, best food in the world, best wine in the world, best people in the world, best sights in the world. It's crazy. Your transportation, your housing, your doors that open up, your concerts, your front row seats. But until you go through the dookie, until you do the doo-doo, you got to do the doo-doo to get to the bee's knees. You got to go through the doo-doo to get to the success and stuff. This team is way up in the trees. This team is way up in the trees. You're down here in a mess. You're down here trying to figure out the leads. Call them. They will say, the leads are over here. Here's the best way to do it. Clay will tell you, I will tell you, but this is the lead team that can help you. Text them, call them, and the best way to get in touch with you guys is?
Book an appointment at lpt.simplybook.me.
Okay? All right.
lpt.simplybook.me.
There you go. All right, guys. Love y'all. Hope this helped. Perfect scenario. Make it come true for you. Boom.